Hi everyone, welcome to Megan's Creative Arts. If you're new here, thank you for joining us today. Today we're going to work on another blanket. This is actually one of my daughters, so you've seen some of her work before. I'm going to write out the pattern below. I do not remember where I got this from. I'm pretty sure I got it from a book, but that book has seen better days. I will link the book below, but as you can tell, I don't have the cover, and we're missing some pages in here, but I did find the book. I'm just missing half of it. So I am going to link it below. I found it on Amazon. I believe it came from this book, but I did write the pattern below as well. I actually did 2 strands with this one, so not sure if you can tell, but there's a multicolor strand. That's the pink, blue, and yellow. And then there's actually white in here as well. So I'm just going to call this one Baby Waves, and let's get started. So as always, I'm going to just do a sample size. If you want to do the full size of the baby blanket, it is 135 chains. And I am just grabbing some extra yarn I keep around, trying to find the end. Here we go. I knew I had it somewhere. All right. So now that we finally found the end, let's go ahead and do our slip knot here. Okay. I like to have a bit of a tail. It's easy to weave in at the end. You can always trim it down later. You don't want it to be too short. So for this sample, I'm gonna do, let's just say around 35. Might go 40. So if you're newer to crocheting, you're gonna grab your yarn and pull it through, and that creates a chain. You don't want to make it too tight, otherwise you'll have trouble when you get to the end, or when you have to go back and go through them. And I can link one of my tutorial videos below as well. Just goes over some of these stitches. Now you will notice when we go through some of these stitches today that the pattern says something different. So it might say a V stitch, and I'll explain that as we go. Or it might say double crochet in 2 or 3 stitches. So that's what helps make the waves. All right, so I wasn't actually counting, but we're just going to go with however many chains this is. Again, if you're doing the full blanket, you'll want to do 135. It is a repeat of 12, so if you want to make it wider or shorter, or I'm sorry, wider or narrower, you can do so in a repeat of 12. So here's our first one. So we're going to go in the 4th chain from the hook. So we don't count this loop. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to double crochet in 2 stitches. what I mean is we're gonna use 2 stitches to do this first stitch. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna yarn over, go into my chain, yarn over and pull up a loop. So now I have 3 loops. I'm gonna yarn over and go through 2. I'm gonna yarn over and go in my next chain, yarn over and pull up a loop. So now I have 4 loops. I'm going to yarn over and go through 2, then yarn over and go through 3. So this first 3 chains that we skip does count as a double crochet. So then this technically is a double crochet through 3 stitches. Hope you're following me. All right, so now we're going to skip a chain and we're going to do a V-stitch in the next one. So a V-stitch is a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all in the same stitch. So we're going to double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet in that same stitch. Pretty easy. So we're going to skip a chain and now we're going to do our up portion, and this is going to be a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So let's go through it. So again, we're skipping 1 chain. We're going to go into the next one and we're going to do a double crochet. We're going to chain 1, double crochet in the same chain. There we go. Chain 1 again, and double crochet again, so 3 times into this 1 chain. And that creates our little curve on the upside. All right, then we're gonna skip 1 and do another V-stitch into the next chain. So we're gonna double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the same stitch. See? All right, so now we're going to work our down curve. So we're going to skip 1 again. We love to skip. And we're going to do a double crochet through 3 chains, but we're going to be skipping some chains in the middle too. So we yarned over, put our hook through the first chain, yarned over and pulled up a loop. We're going to yarn over and pull through 2. I'm going to skip a chain. We're going to yarn over and go into the next chain, yarn over and pull up a loop, pull up another loop and go through 2, skip another chain, yarn over, go into the next chain, yarn over and pull up a loop. So I have 5 loops on here. I'm going to yarn over and go through 2, then yarn over and go through all 4. So you can see how we use 3 different chains to get this 1 stitch. All right, and so we're basically going to repeat from here. So I'm going to skip 1 and do a V-stitch in the next chain. So that's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the same stitch, Then we're going to skip one, do our up curve. So that's the double crochet, chain one, double crochet, chain one, and double crochet a third time into this chain. So you can see how we're starting to make our little curves, our waves. All right, so we're gonna skip one, do our V-stitch. So that's a double crochet, chain one, double crochet, and then we're going to work our down. So we're going to skip one, yarn over and go into our stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. We have 3 loops, yarn over and go through 2. We're going to skip another chain, yarn over and go into our next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. So we have 4 loops. We're going to yarn over and go through 2. And one more time, third time's the charm. We're going to skip a chain, go into the next chain, yarn over. So I have 5 loops. I'm going to yarn over and go through 2. Then I'm going to yarn over and go through all 4. So we're going to keep going. So we're skipping one, doing our V-stitch in the next chain. And then our up curve. So again, that's double crochet, chain one, double crochet, chain one, and a double crochet. Now this would be great for any size blanket you wanted to do. So if you wanted to do a bigger blanket, you could do so. It does not have to be a baby blanket. I've done that where I just really like the pattern of something and I'll either make it bigger or smaller than what it suggests because I wanted a different size. And my yarn is getting a little tangled here. There we go. All right, so we did our V-stitch again. So we're going to work the down curve. So again, we're skipping a chain. We're going to go in this next one here. I'm going to pull up a loop, go through 2, skip another chain, go through 2, skip one more chain, and go into this third. Now, obviously I did not count, so you're going to keep going until you get to the end, and in the last 4 stitches you should end up looking like this, where you finish your V-stitch and then you should have 4 chains left. We're going to ignore the rest of these. So you're going to do the down, but only in the last 3 chains. So we're going to skip 1. We're going to do the double crochet through 3 stitches. So we're going to yarn over and go in your first chain, pull up a loop, yarn over and go through go through 2 stitches there. So now we have 2 loops. I'm going to yarn over and go in the very next chain, yarn over and pull up a loop. So I have 4 loops, yarn over and go through 2, and one more time, yarn over, go in the 3rd chain. We're not skipping chains on this last one, and then go through all 4 at the end. So again, we're ignoring that I have these extra chains because I didn't count correctly. So that's what your first row should look like. Again, yours is going to be wider if you did the full 135. So we're going to chain 2 and turn. Then we're going to double crochet through the next 2. All right. So it's kind of like how we did below. Now you're going to skip a stitch, and in this first double crochet, so see how this is for the up curve. We have these 3 double crochets from the up curve on the row below. That's where we're going. So we're going to use this first double crochet to do our V-stitch. Again, my yarn is being temperamental. There we go. All right. So we have our second row. Here's our V-stitch. And so in this second double crochet of the row below, we're going to do our up curve. So that's the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet again, and all into that same stitch. Now we're going to skip this chain and use this last double crochet for the row below to do our V-stitch. So that's the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And then we're going to skip this double crochet, use this chain 1 space, skip again, use this stitch from the row below, skip, use this chain 1 space, all to do our down curve. So that's the double crochet in 3 stitches. So I'm going to go into, and you can either go around the whole chain or into the chain. It's really up to you. I tend to go around. It's a little easier than trying to go through all that yarn. So again, we're skipping this one, going into the next. If my yarn will cooperate today. So I'm going to redo this stitch for you so you can see it easier now that my yarn is working. So I'm going to yarn over and go into the chain one space, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and go through two, yarn over. I'm going to skip this double crochet and go into our down curve and do the same thing. Skip the next stitch, which is the double crochet, and I'm going to go into the last chain one space here, and there we go. There's our down. I'm going to skip the next stitch and go into this double crochet, do our V-stitch, and then skip the chain one space and do our up curve. You can see how easy this is. And if for any reason you mess up, it's easy to pull your hook out and keep, just pull the yarn until you have gotten to the space where you've made a mistake. That's the nice thing about crocheting. It can be a little mindless. I love to do it while I'm watching TV in the evenings. Go. And before I forget, if you guys are enjoying these videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you have a certain pattern or stitch you're interested in, please leave me a comment and I can work to create a video on that. Right now I am just doing some patterns that I've done previously, mostly for my daughter. Yes, I made her a ton of blankets, and you will be seeing more videos about them. I've made lots of blankets over the years, mainly gifts. I do love doing the baby blankets just because they're so cute and I love all the colors. Alright, so we're at the end of our second row. And so again, we're going to skip one and use the last three areas. So I'm going to yarn over, go into my next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and go through two. I'm not skipping anymore. So I'm going to yarn over, go into my next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. So I've got 4 loops, yarn over and go through two. And one last time, we're going to yarn over, go into this last stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and then go through all 4. See? And then we'll chain 2, turn, yarn over, and use the next 2 stitches because these chain 2s do count as a stitch. So you can see how quickly this can go. So I have a beautiful pattern starting. And of course you're going to keep going. This was just an example, a little sample for you. Again, this is what the full blanket can look like. Now if you do 2 strands like I did with this one, it can be a little harder. So if you've never done 2 strands before, this can be a great way to practice and try it. Otherwise you can do 1 strand of yarn like this one, this little sample, and it will also turn out beautiful as well. Again, you can make it as wide as you want. But I hope everyone enjoyed themselves and listen for more, and we will create some more videos. Thank you.